EastEnders, who is Cindy Beale meeting? Who is her mystery business partner? EastEnders aired an intriguing twist in Cindy Beale's story in today's episode as she met with a former resident of the square. Cindy and Ian have been desperately trying to find the cash to get their new business off the ground, but have met with a handful of setbacks. Cindy initially hoped that she'd be entitled to half the money from the sale of George's bar in Marbella, but has been disappointed to learn that isn't necessarily the case. Despite the ongoing tensions between her and the Knight family, Cindy had a chance to reconnect with them earlier this week when they revisited a delivery of belongings prompted them to revisit their past back in Spain. As always, the harmony didn't last long as Cindy soon had another bust-up with Elaine. Determined to keep George and their daughters on side, Cindy eventually made peace with Elaine, finally acknowledging that she was better off having her as a friend than an enemy. Cindy was touched when George reached out to her after, and even offered her an olive branch in terms of the bar money. However, Cindy and Ian were then hit with another setback over their business venture, when they learned that the pawnshop they had their eye on had another impressive offer. Wednesday's scenes saw Cindy plow on with her mission regardless, as she made plans to meet the other bidder in person, with the hope of reaching an agreement. "You don't have to make a decision straight away," she said during the mystery phone call. "But I think it will work really well for the both of us." Cindy later fed back on the meeting, which happened off-screen, to Ian, explaining that she suggested they split their offer and go into business together. When a reluctant Ian questioned how they could go into business with some random, Cindy explained that he isn't a complete stranger and actually knows Walford well. "He knows Walford, he used to live here," Cindy said. As Ian questioned who the man in question actually was, Cindy answered, "Well, that's the thing. He doesn't really want anyone to know, not until he's signed the business deal. I met him this morning and he seems really professional." With Ian still on the fence over the rather left-field idea, Cindy urged him to trust her. But who exactly is she planning to go into business with? That remains to be seen, but news leaked last weekend that Dean Wicks could be on his way back to Walford, as soon as Halloween. Dean was tipped for a return after actor Matt D'Angelo was spotted in the background of an on-set picture. The photo was screen-grabbed from a cast member's montage of set pics on TikTok, sparking a frenzy online. Dean hasn't been seen on screen since 2016, when he escaped justice for raping Linda Carter and attempting to rape Roxy Mitchell. He was mentioned in the show's anniversary episode back in February, when Linda received a photo of Shirley and Dean from Carly, which left her shaken. The fact Dean was referenced in the same episode as the flash-forward scene has always put him in the firing line for the Christmas murder, meaning many fans weren't all that surprised when his return was leaked. Another possible contender floating about, who fits the bill of Cindy's description, is Max Branning. Jake Wood bowed out of the show in 2021, but the nature of his exit meant the door was always left open for a return. More recently, it was confirmed that Max's daughter Lauren will be returning to the show on a full-time basis, with Jacqueline Joza reprising her role after 6 years away. Fans have been eagerly waiting for news on Lauren's return ever since she reappeared in a special episode back in June. She also made a brief reappearance for Dot's funeral episode last December. The Sun reports that Lauren's Stormy return storyline will air in New Year and will be inextricably linked to Cindy, interestingly. "I'm really excited," Jacqueline said of her return. "It's such an amazing time to be back as there is so much buzz around EastEnders at the moment. I've been watching and loving it like a fan. Walford holds a special place in my heart, so it really does feel like coming home." Show boss Chris Crenshaw added, "I'm delighted to welcome Jacqueline back to the role of Lauren Branning. We only saw Lauren on screen a few months ago, but her return left plenty of unfinished business between her and the Beales." The Branning family have a long history of being at the heart of the drama in Walford, and we're thrilled to have Jacqueline back in the square as she continues the family tradition. So, could Cindy's mystery business partner be Dean, Max or someone else entirely? Only time
Xin
will
chào các bạn
tell.
đã quay trở lại UK Soát Spoiler. Vừa rồi các bạn đã theo dõi một sản phẩm của chúng tôi, UK Soát Spoiler, một kênh tin tức chuyên cung cấp cho các bạn những thông tin mới nhất về những bộ phim xà phòng của Vương quốc Anh.